Hey, this is Frank Yost, CEO of Ketonate and Hard Ketones. Today I'm going to talk about the R13 and whether it breaks sobriety. A really confusing question. I've even asked people that are recovering alcoholics whether they consider it does or not, and they say it's a confusing answer. When in doubt, yes. Just say yes. It breaks your sobriety. So when in doubt, do that. But if you want to dig in a little bit deeper, then continue to watch this video. Secondly, maybe you shouldn't be listening to a person that is selling the product. So I'm selling the product, so you might not want to listen to me. So I respect that. So let's talk about sobriety. First, a real quick recap on what this is. This is an ethanol-free alcohol, which is a really confusing concept, and we have a 1-minute explainer video on our Instagram and on the top of our the page that we sell it on ketonade.com. And ethanol is the base molecule for beer, vodka, wine, tequila, anything ever consumed by humans for the last 1,000 years that gives you a buzz, an alcoholic drink. So people they make a synonym of the word alcohol and ethanol, but they're not the same thing. So this new drink is a new molecule that is ethanol free, but still technically an alcohol and still does give you a little bit of a buzz. But it is the problem with ethanol is ethanol converts to acetaldehyde. And that is what is highly addictive. That's what's toxic. That's what, if you're over the age of 30, you just wake up the next day and you just can't recover sometimes for a couple of days. Even just having 1 or 2 drinks is just not worth the squeeze. But this new drink doesn't convert to acetaldehyde, so it doesn't have any of that toxic effects. And people actually report better sleep with 1 or 2 cans. Once you get to 3 cans, then the sleep score on your Oura ring might be a little bit worse. But 1 or 2, the sleep actually, people say, improves their deep sleep. And what happens with this drink is instead of converting to acetaldehyde, even if it just converted to water, that'd be amazing. But it actually converts to ketones, beta hydroxybutyrate in your body. 80% of it converts to ketones. But it's not a performance enhancer like our other products, the ketone ester. So it's more of a relaxing after hours drink. So back to sobriety, some people will quit alcohol, but then they'll still drink coffee. Caffeine gives you a buzz and is highly addictive, and I consider a drug. People will still do cigarettes, which give you a buzz. People will still do, even marijuana, but they're just staying away from alcohol or ethanol specifically. So if you're looking for, zero buzz whatsoever and just clean living, none of that smoking, none of that, not even kava, alcohol alternatives that might give you a little bit of a buzz. If you're completely clean of that, you don't want, anything, even L-theanine or supplements that might give you, a relaxed state, then sure, then there's no need for it. But if you're still having those cravings and still considering going back, or you're taking these other supplements or caffeine and other things that stimulate your system, then it might not qualify as breaking your sobriety buzz. And that goes also with dry January. I think the purpose of dry January is to break people's addiction with ethanol. Ethanol is what's the super toxic, and people have transitioned from, there's a YouTube video of a woman that went from 1 bottle of wine per night to 2 cans of this stuff. And then a couple months later, I said, "Hey, how's it going?" And she said, "Great, but I'm not drinking your stuff anymore." I said, "What? Did you go back to the wine?" She's like, "No, I just went to water." So she was able to transition off of wine, drinking it for, I guess, over 1 year, 1 bottle of wine per night, to 2 cans of the stuff, then to water. Now, ultimately, she did go back to, drinking the cans and bringing it to parties, but she didn't have that withdrawal effect, and it has helped people with the withdrawal effect of ethanol. So especially those people with dry January that are actually having the ethanol withdrawal effects, this can help that as well. And Mike Mutzel did a whole video on how he recommended it for dry January. So that's up to you how you define things. And I've actually posted recently, you should try to get rid of caffeine for dry January. And some people wrote back saying, "No, I love my coffee." I'm like, well, there's decaf. Decaf has no caffeine. So what do you think? Do you think this R13 breaks sobriety? And also subscribe. I would love it if you subscribe. We're going to have a lot more content on here, a lot more interviews of different people at different stages and how they use it. And thanks. You can search for us. You can go to hardketones.com, and that'll link to our Instagram page. You can see posts of people with their Oura Ring data and a bunch of doctors that are recommending it as well. All right, thanks.